She is known as the Dutch Mona Lisa, but just who was the girl with the pearl earring? Hey guys, Deirdre here, all things art and books, how yous doing? The Girl with the Pearl Earring by Johann Vermeer. But actually, nobody knows who she was. That's the whole point. She's been admired for centuries. She has been copied throughout history. I even did my own homage to her a few years back and did a picture of her in graphite. And the artist that painted her, Johann Vermeer, there's very, very, very little known about him. So with that in mind, Chevalier had free rein to make a novel about who she could have been, how the painting could have come about. Right from the first page, we're plunged into 17th century Holland. And we are introduced to, you may hear my cat running about crazy out in the hallway. He does that. At the beginning, we're introduced to a girl called Griette, who is 17 years old and on the verge of womanhood. And her family they're bordering on poor, and they're finding life very, very difficult because her father lost his trade due to an accident. So she is sent to be a maid in the household of Vermeer the painter. And she is charged with cleaning his studio. Now, she's the only person in the household, apart from Vermeer himself, who's allowed into the studio. And she is charged to clean the studio every day without moving anything that he has set up. So this is a bit of a challenge. And she's to do this on top of all her other duties. She provokes jealousy from other members of the household, including Vermeer's wife and another maid as well. Chevalier did a good job of creating this tension right from the off, but it's all very subtle, it's all just sitting there bubbling along. And Vermeer is painted as this kind of shadowy character, almost a little bit creepy. Vermeer develops this kind of fascination for her, and she develops a fascination for her master, Vermeer. But with him, you're never really sure if his fascination is just simply because he wants to paint her. And I feel we get the answer to that question at the end of the book. Tracy Chevalier did a good job in this book of showing just how maids at that time, they had no rights whatsoever. Griette has to keep this job, but at the same time she wants to keep her reputation, and so she walks this very, very fine line. And there is one particularly unsavoury character which she has to kind of try and keep away from. She doesn't have any rights about complaining about this person, and everybody knew in the household what was going on, and she just had to keep out of his way, and because she needed the job and she needed the money for her family. Really, really good. Tracy Chevalier did a wonderful job of really creating the whole 17th century life, and you really felt you were there with Griette and rooting for her, and you didn't want her to be exploited, but that is really what she was heading towards. Now, anybody that knows me, I will know that I don't like smut in books. I don't like graphic, explicit scenes in them. There was a couple of little bits in this I could have done without, but they were very, very little, easily skimmed over. Also, she did a good job of this particular unsavoury character that was in it, saying enough to let us know what he was like without dwelling on it and just moving on. So that was good. I was pleased with that. I certainly wouldn't want it anymore. But anyway, this is the second time reading this book, and I find I actually got more out of it the second time around. Might have had something to do with the fact that I paint myself now. The first time when I read it about 15 years ago, I wasn't into art at all. So that may have had something to do with it, or it may just that I appreciated the subtleties in it this time around, and also because you gain more, I think, in a second reading. Having said that, I don't reread many books, so the fact that I wanted to reread this one is a recommendation in itself. The book lost lost a star for me because I felt the ending was a bit rushed. Once the painting was done, it was like Chevalier wanted to be done with the book and kind of rushed the ending a little bit. Now it did finish properly, but I feel she could have, there could have been more to the aftermath of Griette being painted. That's a minor gripe. Anyway, that said, it gets a solid 4 out of 5 stars from me, and I would highly recommend it if you like historical fiction in any capacity. And I'll see you the next time. I have been taking just a little bit of a break from my Narnia series of paintings to do this book review. So I'll see you very soon, and I will have a video up very soon with the painting and book review for Prince Caspian by C.S. Lewis. So I'll hope to see you then, and bye for now. Bye. On this note, Tracy Chevalier. I can really say that.